for Iowa. That ankle kind of derailed him over these last couple. 4 of his last 13 from the field coming in. But a very good finisher around the rim and certainly has the burst.
Okay, Ohio State finally finding it. With that bucket, they made their last 4.
Really good adjustment there by Iowa.
5 to shoot, Paris. They missed from inside. Crenshaw also missed. And finally put back in by...
He would know. He would know.
Diggs has had some good looks here. He's been known to heat up, but not quite yet here today. Back and forth we go. Royal has had a big afternoon. Inside of 2 minutes, Iowa looking to add to that lead. Felwell had a good chance. And Thornton with a board.
Fortunate there. Elbow wide open. So often you see missed layups lead to runouts and oftentimes made threes.
7 ties, 11 lead changes already.
All by himself.
He was by himself for a moment. The assist with 2 fouls. Sat the last 4 minutes of the first half, too.
You'll live with that shot. You want Stewart shooting jump shots.
How about Royal with the N1?
Shaw getting taken out of the play. And that allowed Peyton Sanford to get to the other side of the rim without the help stopping him.
Sanford also in double digits now to join Harding.
For Aaron Bradshaw, I know he's really skinny, but he's got to discard that post up and find a way to impact with help.
Excellent. Harding has 5 to shoot.
Good defense. Good sequence there for Ohio State, locking in all 5.
Parrish back to Royal. He spins to get there.
Hoosiers out in Columbus. Galloway weaving his way through, flicks it up to the rim, misses in tight. So a couple of chippies underneath. And Ohio State still looking for their first points. Open look at a 3 is good. It's Devin Royal who did
the bench to give you a little bit of a lift, both on the shot but getting the building. Even though here comes the building starting to warm up just a little bit.
Royal crosses over Renew, taking contact, and he's going to shoot it. So an underneath out of bounds, Thornton will be the inbounder.
Pretty good job, Galloway coming over that screen just then to get to a shooter on the right wing.
This is Royal, kind of a hybrid forward, up and hits a tough floater.
Yeah, that's that matchup, Spiro.
Against Indiana.
With all the experience Galloway has, though, Mike Woodson has the utmost confidence in him to play smart basketball.
On the wing, they get it to Royal. He's going to fire, and he buries it.
Yeah, he was looking for a call, too. He thought he might have got touched. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mobley get a little bit more involved offensively.
Jimmy, think of all the close games that these two teams have played this season. Both hardened, both battle-tested. And both may be playing for their NCAA tournament lives in this one.
There he is right now. He'll try to get involved.
Mobley, the freshman, sneaks the pass inside. He gets it to Royal.
Over 20. He has found an extra gear here going back the last 6 weeks.
But John Mobley Jr. was a little upset about something there. I don't know if he didn't get his number called.
Devin Royal with a chance for the and 1.
At that, on the move.
Thornton back in. That was off from the start. Royal a strong board. 2 and a foul. Just slashed in for 2. Finds Wooster. Had a chance for 3. Morgan kept that alive. Tip to Thornton. To Royal. To the hoop for 2.
Nice job, Ohio State. Oh, they got to go to Royal. He's got the advantage over Williams.
Well, that was with 10 seconds left on the clock. Royal cleans it up for an easy. 7 to shoot. Williams, just enough space. Didn't quite get the roll. Only his 4th miss of the night. Thornton, Royal. Buckeye lead of 8. It was 6 at halftime. They found themselves down on 2 separate occasions in this second half.
Do Nebraska, do they have enough to make yet another run here?
Thornton to Royal and 1.
After he didn't score in the first half.
How many teams have shot 55 in the first half and were down 14? Yeah. Probably not a lot.
52 points for Ohio State matches their highest scoring half of the year. Devin Royal, who was limited in the first half with 3 fouls.
Talked about Ohio State, how many threes they made in the first half. USC, they can get hot from behind the line. They can close the gap here.
Mobley creates. Thornton passes it up. Royal lets it fly. And he hits.
4 fouls. He doesn't want to foul out when they got a chance to win this.
Comes into Mobley with St. Thomas guarding him.
It's that wing size. St. Thomas on Mobley. Hard for him to see over the top of him.
Thornton picks it up. Here's Royal. Getting in on Abo. And Royal scores. And the basket.
He has been assertive. He's a versatile big at 6'9", 220 from Windermere, Florida. Floated into Stewart.
Nice entry and a dunk in. Wow.
Mick Cronin on the precipice of 500 career wins. His team leads it 61-48.
I believe that's why he's there. They want to celebrate a little bit here.
Royal kick. Parks to Glover. Nice look inside. It's good and one for Royal.
And Quez with confidence on that.
It's been Burnett.
And he deserves the attention defensively because he shoots with 43% from out there. So that was a breakdown by Ohio State with the double team on Golden.
Mobley, tough catch there for Stewart underneath. Great find. He locates Roy.
Shooting 2 for 2 from the three-point stripe.
So Wolf sits and Will Cheddar, junior big off the bench, comes into the game for Dusty May. Boy, good looking turnaround shot.
Keep an eye on Cheddar, 42 from Michigan. He likes to really dig in and get the activity and make things happen at both ends of the floor.
Mobley gets them into their set. Mobley, by the way, has been in a three-point stretch. That is Royal. And that's a big story for them. He has really struggled. Last 10 games, 0 of 7 from 3. Burnett trying to rip it back, and Glover all over the place. Fights his way into the paint. Outside, open 3. This is Royal. Right in the lapping.
17 minutes, too, so he's a guy who can be productive.
Wolf high arching 3. No, won't go. It's cleared by Thornton.
Let's see if he puts the ball and goes by somebody or sets someone up. There you go.
Royal. 1 point game. 1.5 gone by and a half. This is Donaldson against Royal. Gets a high screen, poked away. Look at Royal.
I think Donaldson just went too quickly out of control just then.
Here's Thornton weaving his way through.
But by the big guy if they need to. Here's a one-on-one, small versus big. Gives it up, though.
Tough catch for Royal. With Donaldson on his back. Now Golden defends on a switch. Royal the spin, the shot, soft touch.
A timing standpoint on the defensive end. Nice little gather by Wolf. Just happens to be in the right place at the right time as they go back to their zone look.
Saw this a number of times in the first half. Royal, boy, he's had a hot hand for Ohio State.
Yeah, that's great, but 5 and 7 will get some attention. That's why this one is very, very important.
Just
they have a couple, the end of the year, they have a couple of possibilities in that category also.
If they can win this game, boy, it just makes their lives so much easier. This Ohio State program that hasn't missed the tournament in 3 straight years in 20 years.
Yeah, this is a headline grabber if they can beat Michigan.
This is Thornton again, their best player, taking Wolf off the bounce. Wolf, tremendous defense, didn't leave his feet. Now to Royal, 3 to shoot, the spin, the shot. Everything that Jake Diebler is thinking about, and who took over this job on a full-time basis almost a year ago to the day. It was mid-February of last year. After the dismissal of Chris Holtman. Royal, boy, what a dive to the cup, backdoor. A team that begins the day a half-game lead over Michigan State for first place. There is Royal.
So Mason picks up the foul, and Breidenbach exhales.
Nice reminder that Valentine's Day is coming up on Friday, Kevin. You know,
Gotta be ready for this stuff.
you're right.
Oh, Mobley, the tip rattles around at home. Looks like Royals got.
Great job swarming Osabor as soon as he touches the basketball. He's going to have to get used to that tonight.
Entry to Royal. Facing up, driving on Osabor. He goes from left to right. Lays coming out of Mater Dei High School. Top 100 in the country when he came out to Nebraska. Leaner short, but a good follow by Devin Royal.
they're hopeful that Maryland is on the highway to the danger zone. There has not been much of a danger zone in this series.
They're nice.
He's sweeping through. That is majestic.
Devin at a disadvantage.
Horn's played so many minutes tonight. Here's Royal. That was easy.
He had made some shots, though.
Oh. 1-2. Offensive rebound, Royal.
Nice pass.
Mobley dropped it off and got two on
the turnover is an issue for the Illini in that loss the other night against Nebraska.
And shooting was a problem also.
It's Kevin Royal, takes it in and scoops it home, working by...
I can help you.
And Chonas will take it inside. He is one of the best freshmen in all of college basketball.
He's very deceiving, too, because he's quick and has a great understanding of the game.
Royal again inside, attacks the...
And you're right, Kev. He'll take minute by minute. What do you go, about 3.5 minutes, give or take a little bit there.
Bradshaw's on top.
Nice look down deep.
Thornton down low. Devin Royal leans in again. Boy, he's eating him up inside. It's on top. Gibbs Lawhorn. It's a three. Bradshaw in there trying to get it. Brought down by Johnson, fighting for the ball, and picked up by Thornton.
We did say Illinois is a pretty good offensive rebounding team, didn't we?
They stress rebounding almost like no other program in the country. This is a three. Oh, what a start.
He's going to have to come out, and that just opens up the paint area a little bit more.
It's Thornton with the drive, takes it in. Boswell was on him, and Royal again, who is having a run.
Yeah, this home crowd should help throughout the day. If Illinois gets in a little trouble, they're down to 4 points right now. There's that little guard action.
In the corner, Royal, three, another one.
As he does.
Illini aiming for their second consecutive Big Ten home win. They beat Chris Collins and Northwestern here last week, bumping into the defense. Mobley drives on Hummerkaus, kicks it inside. Royal is there, and another two for...
He's going to spend a ton of time at the free throw line. So get that number up to 75%. You can work on that in practice.
Whereas Johnson already has his third double-double of the season. He's got it today with a terrific first half. Thornton, Jonas will defend. Under a minute to go.
Well defended so far.
It's a three from Royal. Got it! Wow, wow!
Not get blocked.
Hyland Boswell will check in for Trey White. It's Royal. On top, Johnson there with a dive for two.
Wow,
in the second half. Thornton a three, covered by Boswell. High kick and slammed in, parachuting in out of the rafters was Devin Royal.
Before you started, before I was born, yes, exactly. Touche.
Bruce Thornton setting up shop for the Buckeyes. John Mobley Jr., talented freshman for Ohio State, looking to quiet the crowd a little bit. He leaves his feet. But Ohio State
started the game, so until Ohio State figures out a way to stop that or slow that down, you got to keep going to it, especially early. It's all about tempo. It's all about creating more energy in here, especially when you've lost 6 of your last 7.
Conan Niederhauser has battled foul trouble in his last 2 games. That's really hampered his effectiveness. Playing clean so far. Royal throws it up. Nice teardrop.
Back to a career high against Michigan State this season at 18 points. He was 4-7 from 3. He's got to get back to that mindset. Get that confidence back. The Lions need it desperately.
Yeah. Glover to Royal. At the elbow, drops it in.
You got to take what the defense gives you, and that happened to be just a mid-range jumper.
Loose ball, Thornton jumps on it. Royal inside now, uses the glass. Triples in the game for Penn State. Baldwin, Conan Niederhauser blocked cleanly by Stewart. That hasn't happened tonight. Stewart on a rim run denied by Hicks. Royal keeps it alive and stuffs it home.
We are ready to tip it off in Columbus. And it is won by the Buckeyes.
Bruce Thornton and their offense trying to get it going. Winners 73-70 at Mackey against Purdue last time out.
What a game for the Buckeyes. Down 14. Fight their way back, get a 9-point lead, give it up. They have enough fortitude at the end to win.
Great matchup down low to watch as Devin Royal goes to work, gets the roll. They're down on that far side of the floor.
I mean, we talked about Micah Parrish coming off career high 22 points at Purdue and then 19 the game before that. So kind of looking for him to continue to press the issue a little bit.
There's the three.
Getting on that motorcycle, getting down that floor.
Brock Harding going to the rack, no good. Good contest by Mobley. Up top, Royal with space. 1 out of 2 for Freeman.
And it's not like either team hasn't been attacking the rim. Both teams have been trying to get to the rim, but good defense at the rim by both teams without fouls.
Both teams just had 5 team fouls in that first half. Glover all by himself was Royal. Royal underneath and a foul. Mulvey down low. Sanford had it knocked away. Mobley kicks it down to Royal for 2.
But Purdue was on him pretty early. They believe that he could be a player, and there's a difference from being a good young player to turning into just a good player, and we're seeing that.
Well, and look at his numbers. I mean, 11 in the Alabama game, 16 against Auburn, 12 at Penn State. He has scored the ball in some of Purdue's more marquee matchups. What a pass and what a cut by Royal.
It's such a punch of positivity, athleticism, extra effort. See if he can make a change for Ohio State. That's going to help a little bit.
43% of their made field goals. That is last in the Big Ten Conference. It's been a lot of ISOs, been a lot of post-ups for Royal, been a lot of isolation from the perimeter for Parrish, and pick and roll for Bruce Thornton.
Royal back down on first, sneaks through. Ohio State looking to regain the lead after the 9-0 run put them down by 6. Thornton ripped through, working on Cox, floated up, slamming home.
Patience on that end does not lead to 2. Royal with the bucket and the foul.
To elevate for that nice mid-range.
37 starts the last couple of years at San Diego State. Quick crossover there for Thornton. Shut down there by Gilmore. Man who had 20 points in the last game, stuck on 2 right now. Inside to Royal. Good spin move. Back-to-back possession.
Off as soon as he let that one go. It's kind of a force because he hadn't had some success here in the second half yet.
Deep ball would cut the lead to 4. This would do it. And here come the Buckeyes. Seconds here. 8 to shoot. Boy, that's a tough 3. And what a rebound, but taken away by Thornton. 1:10 left and down 5. Inside to Royal. Boy, line of contact, no call. Easy bucket. 3-point game.
14-8 outscoring Oregon in the paint are the Buckeyes tonight.
I think you're going to see Devin Royal in this possession and try to get him a look.
Thornton around the Stewart screen. Poke free by Raheem Moss. White tracks it down, under 10 to shoot. In the corner, open 3. That'll fall. There's Roy.
Dawson Garcia is going to attract multiple bodies, and that's going to create opportunities for these other Gophers.
Thornton averaged 26 points in 2 games against the Gophers last year. There's Michael Parrish, forced down high. Now Devin Royal against Garcia, lowers the shoulder, tough shot at 2. The night. Effort, that's all it is. Averages 7 points a game, has 9 in this first half. Royal got it underneath.
Offensively to protect Garcia's foul trouble. You come with some sort of double team when his man has the ball. You can try zone.
Thornton hit a quiet first half scoring. Mobley struggled from the 3-point line.
And now it's Odekale picking up Royal, so we see a switch for the Gophers. This was Garcia last time. No double on Thornton in the post. No fade away, no. Underneath, Royal sticks it up and in. Parrish, Glover, Royal. Mobley, three-point weapon, and Thornton the 5 for Ohio State. No timeouts for Ohio State. Down to 4, down to 3, and Royal dunks it down at a 5.
As Spears put pressure on the defense, Zapawa with the easy layup to give the Spartans a 1-point lead.
Man, how about the attention to detail? You draw that play up out of the timeout, hoping that your team can execute it. And not only did they execute it, it was to perfection to get another paint point.
That one way short for Devin.
Those 4 early turnovers hurt them, and only 2 since then. So more shots at the rim.
And a steal. Mahafey. Royal to the basket and
goes right around Bradshaw.
Coach Graves talked about how Ohio State was going to drive it into Indiana State's chest. Opposite there.
And there's
Rule 10, but
Thornton corner 3. Royal there. Devin the flush. Good. The issue is they haven't played any power conference teams yet.
Very much so. Actually average more rebounds a game than Ohio State. And they're doing a great job. 20-20 on the rebounding department. But those offensive rebounds have bitten them in the butt a little bit here. We'll see how they continue to handle that. They stay in the zone.
They find Royal for an easy 2.
Buckeyes had 9 for Ohio State. Here we go, second half.
Compete. I'm sure that's what both coaches said. Just stay after it.
Royal on the drive. Off the window.
He is tough.
On the inbound. Off the window for Royal.
Ohio State is a step slow defensively. Too many open looks from deep for Valpo here to start this game.
Double team comes high. Thornton looking for the open man and finds it.
Jr. He's going to have some time to think about it on the bench.
Cooper Schwieger checks back in for Valpo. Now this is Royal who's attacking.
We'll see now if John Mobley Jr. can handle it.
Valpo able to cut that lead to 6, and they're going to pick them up full court. This is De La Cruz Monegro on Parrish. Now Parrish gives it up to Devin Royal. And Royal through the contact, able to get it out and down. And
well, Devon Ellis, a good-looking player off the bench for Valpo.
Sure is.
And Johnny on the spot on a couple of these misses.
Now Mobley Jr., who's playing a lot of big minutes tonight for the Buckeyes. Parrish back to Mobley. To the rim, gives it up last second to Royal. And Royal now has 12 points on the evening. Leading scorer for the Buckeyes. Now Royal with it. Parrish flashing to get the basketball. It does. Now back to Mobley Jr. with 15 to shoot. Now Parrish up top at the rim, and Royal.
Like Tyler Smith. Didn't seem like anything was there. He made a play.
20 on the shot clock, and now 25 to play in this first half. This is Royal. Royal attacks.
To reach their potential.
And Evan Mahafey will start half number 2 as well. And this is Mobley Jr. who gives it up to Royal. Now Royal back in attack mode and to the rim. He got
on Valpo in a matchup zone. Let's see how they do against it.
Thornton can't find it. He's built like a football player.
Yes, he is.
Three-pointer in the air. That won't go. Look at Royal just flash for the board. Couple of beacons there. He didn't care. Shot right in between with a rebound. Now Thornton with it. He's trying to reward the big man, and look what he does. Here's Rutgers. Parks saw some space and attacked it, and it lands in the yard. 30 to play in the second half.
When you have a point spread like this, guys are going to break the formation. And we're going to start to see some individual basketball here soon.
Mahaffey calling for Royal to come get it. He does. And now Royal through the contact finishes on the...
At this point, the Maui MVP coming in averaging 20 and 12 and over 2,200 career points. He's had a great college career for a guy that was really under-recruited.
I mean, he was a three-star recruit. He transferred from Morehead State. So his story is incredible. And we got a chance to talk to Bruce Pearl about it. They were saying, hey, he is super athletic. It doesn't mean he could jump high off the ground, but...
Looking for their first stop of the day, and they got it, forcing a wild shot from Bailey.
Yeah, you're going to see Bailey and Dylan Harper take some ill-advised shots from time to time.
Royal powers his way up.
At 6'9", 6'10", that's tough to stop.
You got to love watching him shoot mid-range shots.
I love watching all of them shoot mid-range shots, Colin.
Anybody that'll take one?
That's exactly right.
Bailey has carved out a lot of points in that way, and Royal with his second basket.
That's right. They've obviously got numbers.
Ooh, in and out. Crowd moaning on that miss. Second chance. Royal a hot start.
Defender with nice size, but it doesn't matter. Young man is in his bag, and he is bringing Rutgers back into this game single-handedly.
He's cut the 8-point halftime deficit for Rutgers down to 4. With 6 second-half points for Ace Bailey. Here's Royal going inside. They let him play through it, and he scored it.
Yeah.
Parrish grinding in on Harper. 1 on the shot clock. Got to go right at the horn. It's in and out. Royal kept it alive. New life for Ohio State, and Royal puts it back.
You got the neon green light. Dylan Harper found the range.
So they got Bailey going, who's up to 8. Harper, I said he had 2.5. He had 4.5. Up to 7 on the game. Devin Royal going to work. Spin cycle for 2.
Harper Sr., NBA champion. And we were there. I was covering Rutgers, and Ron Harper Jr. was playing. And Ron, Dad, said he would point to Dylan. He said, now that's the one. He was in 8th grade. He was just messing around on the court. He said, Steven, that's the one. He's talking about Dylan Harper. I guess Stevie Wonder could see that.
Royal swirls down to 3. And Parrish draws the assignment on Harper. Gave it up. Somerville can't spin in the 3.
We'll see if Michi Johnson can get going offensively. 1 of 6 on the afternoon. This has not been able to find the range.
Back-to-back slow games for Johnson on offense, at least so far. He was held without a field goal middle of the week. Royal, and rolls down, +1. Here's Royal doubled. Cleared the double, got blocked, got it right back. That's the kind of day it's been for Royal.
I'll tell you.
Yegolvin, the 7'1" freshman from Croatia. Still working on his game, physicality part of it. We'll see if he checks in. Has played 4 times this year. And the Buckeyes get the looks. Nice roll and a good find. Different story, and he stays hot.
I'm telling you, Jason, you look at this Maryland roster, there is a lot of talent. Shelton Miguel still settling in. That's the AAC 6th Man of the Year from last season, drilling it.
Royal saw nobody around, and that's a solid. And that's a matchup Maryland's going to take advantage.
Absolutely. Austin Parks only played in 9 games last year. Hasn't played a ton this season. And Julian Reese, a seasoned vet in this league.
Short pass to Parrish. Nice find. Devin Royal having a...
This is the effort plays are standing out for Maryland in such a big way.
He doesn't look like a guy that played 17 minutes a game last year.
Oh. I mean, how is he not playing for Georgia Tech? We see poster, offensive rebound, made triple.
If you take Tafari Gapari in the last 8 days, you're talking about an all Big Ten player. He wasn't really playing that much before that. Good find, and Devin Royal's been the offense.
You're up 5 with a minute to go in regulation. You're up 5 with a minute to go in overtime, and you foul 3-point shooters. You turn the basketball over. You have to feel like you gave it away to Pitt, but now you've let it beat your 2 times back into it. But they're down 40. You just don't see that in Big Ten play. And home and road, the road is a tough place here. It always has been. And if you watch last night's game, you've gotten beat up inside. If you're going to play small, you got to get something out of that.
And there's Devin Royal to put it back.
I mean, Robbie, that's the Kapari averaged 5 points a game last year. Georgia Tech, that's crazy to me.
Now the other parts of that too is
for the Panthers, 3-point shooting. Last year they led the ACC from 3-point range, but this year it's been their biggest liability. Royal in the paint. Pittsburgh staying home to play college basketball.
Coach Cable said he is wired to score. What a difficult shot. Only 2 for his last 10 coming into this one, but he nailed that one with a fadeaway.
Devin Royal spinning around Zach Austin. He got it to drop.
15 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. He's the ball screen maestro.
Here in this first half of play, and as a team, Pitt now 6 for their last 6 from the field.
It's a lot easier said than done, but you cannot allow 15 to get downhill with his left hand. You have to make him go right.
Fire down to Royal. Triple teamed on the low block, but he still scores.
Forgotten how to do it over the last 5 minutes. Too many layups and easy baskets. You know Pitt's going to drive it at you. They haven't been able to keep him in front of them.
Inside of 3 minutes to go, first half. And Devin
drive back out to Mobley, and the extra pass to Parrish. Parrish will drive with the left hand. Offensive rebound. Devin Royal there to finish. Here's Roy. Steps to his right. That 3 rebounded by Parrish.
Colin White was a little bit slow on the closeout, but he didn't allow a catch and shoot.
Let's find inside for Royal to go from left to right. And
get busted that up. Nice job.
Johnson bumped on his way in by Thornton, and Thornton just too strong, took it away.
Yeah, that was a body blow.
Oh, and a nice feed and a good catch by Royal to able to feather that one over the rim and a timeout.
SEC challenge, but you talked about Ohio State playing Texas, Texas A&M, Auburn, and Kentucky. Purdue has played Alabama. Illinois has played Alabama. Will play Arkansas
tonight.
In the shaded part of Ohio. Yes. I don't exactly know what area that is. I wish I did, but that's where he shot it from.
It's not crisp right now, a minute to go in the first half.
They've already got their average with a minute to play in the half. They've made 11 threes. Smart play by Bruce Thornton there to not touch that, grab that ball until he crossed into the front court.
Working around the high hedge, bounce pass, Royal open for the flush.
Ohio State is just just have to play better, have to guard better, and run our offense and see what we can get. But what a start, Mahaffey on the rejection.
A volleyball block leading to a break. Here's Parrish also with a big half in that first. Dish off to Royal for 2.
But just a really mature play.
It's in a tough fader from Frank.
That's been like Campbell's best offense. Just throwing the ball into Terran Frank and letting him isolate against the smaller post defenders that Ohio State is playing tonight.
See if Ohio State can stay hot from 3. I don't think they can stay as hot as they were in the first. As Royal is going right to the rim on the other side.
It's just amazing how
Sinani fires for 3, and it's off the heel. Michi Johnson the rebound.
Buckeyes have done the job on the boards. Really good seal by Royal. And what a pass up the floor from Michi.
The first 4 games, Campbell 2 for 9 in the first half.
But you look at who's on the floor. I mean, we know Parrish is a good defender, Mahaffey a very good defender, Bruce Thornton a very good defender. You've got a lot of guys on the floor who are good individually.
Good back cut. Royal for the slam.
That's a great
starting 4 for 4 from 3. Well, things are going to happen. 3 the other way. Gregory has it roll out. Royal the rebound. Royal now with 8 rebounds, 13 points, potentially on track for his second straight double-double.
Good pass. Boy, Terrence Frank just lost track of the basketball. Purdue has the big win over #2 Alabama. I've been really impressed with Ohio State tonight. They've got a great win over Texas. But there's just so many good teams in the league. We talked about that earlier. There's just so many people that are capable on any given night to beat you.
And from Tayshawn Comer.
Real nice move from Comer. Broke down his defender and had the athleticism to hang in the air and hits that ball high off the glass for the finish. Pro move.
Devin Royal into the matchup. A hop step, a floater, got it, overturned.
Float that one up and in. Unreal talent with this kid.
And then he blocks Tayshawn Comer. Both ends for Mobley. He's calling for it. Thornton instead lobs to Royal. And Devin Royal. 5 to shoot for Tayshawn Comer, who carves to the cup. Swiped away by Evan Mahaffey. Do not go in there.
Touted a lot for his perimeter defense, but coming on the weak side as that help defender and making a strong block.
Colin White looking for his first 3 ball. Ups to Royal. In the lane, Devin Royal drops it in. Michael Day with 7 points. Too strong. Good defense from Royal. Evansville has not scored in the last 2 minutes. Johnson finds a cutting Royal. He reverses it.
Smooth stroke to get his first college points.
Hafner on the other end. Can't respond. Welcome to college basketball, Colin White. Royal a double-double already. He's going to add up. Came into this game already the 4th best team in the country defending field goals.
They've been really solid, and that mark is so incredible, especially when they've played 2 top 25 teams in Texas and then Texas A&M, and then had a great performance against Youngstown.
It's 7 from three-point land. And he will take shots from deep.
He's a solid shooter too, but tonight just an unfortunate night shooting-wise for Evansville. 3 for 26 as a team.
Devin Royal leans in.
Rowdy's behind the goal to our left. They have watched Ohio State miss. Phelps wheels and turns that one over in traffic. Here comes Thornton the other way. Thornton gliding. Gets it back. Beautiful feed inside. Another dime dropped off.
The old could be a little better. Johnson's 3, no. Oh, the smaller lineup getting a second chance.
Good looking mid-range game that time. Jordan Pope. First year at Texas for Pope. Last 2 years at Oregon State. One of the new pieces for this Texas program. Corner pocket 3 at Ohio.
Buckeyes have hit 10 threes in the first half, and they're only down by 5. I think they're in a good position.
You don't think the Buckeyes can, as Royal knocks down.
We got to continue to have better ball movement, getting that ball moving side to side. We got to have cutting. We're standing and watching too much right now.
Thanks so much. Back to you, Spiro.
All right, Taylor, Rodney Terry, Texas born and bred. Boy, what a start for the Buckeyes as they attack. Thornton gets it out to Parrish. Slices into the paint, then he missed the layup. Boy, but the putback is right there. And just like that, it's a one-possession game here in Vegas. This is Thornton. Parrish. Stripped. Royal is there. Second time he has scored. So here's Kendall Weaver now at the free throw line. Misses. And Texas leaving some valuable points at the stripe. 6-point game as we cross the 7-minute mark. Johnson underneath to Royal. Possession.
State looking to make an early season statement. What an opening night this would be for them.